Hello, my name is Dr. Dennis Riddle, and it is my pleasure to serve as your guide in the program alignment process for colleges across the state of Kansas. As a fellow educator who is passionate about learner success, I understand that program alignment may be viewed with great skepticism. What is the point of program alignment? Is it insinuating that I'm doing something wrong? These are very good questions, questions which require a brief backstory. A number of years ago, the Kansas legislation decided to address the need for college graduates to have common industry-based competency outcomes and to reduce the variance in our career and technical programs offered across our state. As a result, the Program Alignment Initiative was birthed. Four purposes emerged as the principal drivers to satisfy these legislative charges. The first purpose was the identification of a nationally recognized third-party industry credential, which informs colleges of the competencies necessary for their students to acquire. The second principle and purpose is the identification of industry-based value-added exit points for which curriculum would adhere. Third was the identification of a few common courses which serve as bridges for articulation between secondary and post-secondary partners. And finally, the reduction in the variability of program length, which is eligible for state funding. To achieve these four purposes, a 5-phase process was developed, which integrates the essential input from both business and industry and college representatives. Phase 1 of this 5-phase process focuses on determining whether one or more appropriate nationally recognized third-party industry credentials exist for a given program of study and the associated exit points for entry-level workers to begin work in the industry. A state B&I committee is formed during Phase 1 to handle this task and is comprised of industry members at large and a representative from each local college's advisory board. Of course, other folks are welcome to attend the meeting as observers, but not as participants. In Phase 2, the focus shifts to aligning curriculum to address the credential and exit points that the State B&I Committee identified. Colleges send one or more subject matter experts from the program area to engage in solution-based discussions to explore how curriculum can facilitate the competencies and the exit points identified by the State B&I Committee. In addition, one or more representatives from the State B&I Committee may assist in the work of the Curriculum Committee. Once the Curriculum Committee has completed its work and their efforts have been supported by college administrators, the proposed aligned program of study matriculates into Phase 3. Phase 3 shifts its focus from development to approval. In Phase 3, 2 subcommittees and 2 boards will review the proposed program alignment and will submit their opinions and their approvals. If the proposed program alignment receives approval by both subcommittees and both review boards, then the program will be officially approved and move into Phase 4, the implementation phase. As I've already mentioned, Phase 4, the implementation phase, focuses on college putting into practice, in other words, making it happen, the approved aligned program. Colleges have 1 year from when the program receives final approval to when it must be implemented so that the college can continue to receive state funding. Of course, flexibility is key. So if a program is approved, let's say in April, it may be until the fall semester of the following calendar year that the program is implemented. Thus, it may be 15, 16, or 17 months later. Once the program has been implemented, though, the program will undergo a review 1 year after the program is fully implemented. This is known as Phase 5. Phase 5, of course, then, examines whether or not the aligned program of study rightly addressed the charges of the legislation. Based on the data collected during this phase, the aligned program will be celebrated as a success. It may undergo adjustments, or a little bit of both. My description of the process of program alignment is very brief. I've intentionally glossed over many of the nuances of each phase, such as the numerous built-in feedback opportunities for colleges. Much more detailed information is available on The Bank, which is the website supporting the Program Alignment Initiative, under the tab, What is Alignment? When the smoke clears, program alignment promotes cross-sectional collaborative efforts. At the macro level, it occurs between industry and academe. At the micro level, it occurs between individual businesses and individual colleges. In most of these instances, such exchanges produce amazingly beneficial outcomes, which are both intentional and unintentional. As a matter of fact, in my experience, it is the unintentional outcomes that are the best. As an educator, researcher, and fellow Kansan, I encourage every participant in this process to be solution-centered rather than problem-centered. Many of us can identify problems rather quickly. However, discovering a viable solution takes a lot of work and a lot of energy. Let's take the time to reflect and develop some amazingly robust and innovative solutions as we strengthen our career and technical programs across our very great state. Warmest wishes, Carpe Diem.